because within that 1 year, I went from almost dying to being essentially a paid speaker. Today, we're gonna talk about 3 things: how I crashed my car, how flying first class changed my life, and led me to speak to an Airbnb mastermind group. All right, so I wanna kind of share with you guys, February 20th, 2001. I was drinking after work. I was driving home and I was texting on my phone. What had happened was, because I was texting, I pulled my wheel and I flipped my car over upside down. And what had happened was, I flipped my car literally upside down right after I crossed the bridge. So if I flipped my car over a few seconds prior to that, I would have went over the bridge. Okay, and I could have died. To me, it felt like a small speed bump, right? I just kind of and flipped upside, came upside down and realized, oh my God, my car's upside down, right? But I was drinking and I was on my phone, so that was the whole debacle. I really could have died that night. I really could have hurt somebody, and I really could, there was so much bad stuff that could happen. But luckily, I didn't hit nobody. Nobody was around. I didn't hit any other cars. I just flipped upside down by myself, and I didn't go over the bridge, which is great. For an entire year, I had to catch the bus, right? I didn't have a car, lost my license, all that stuff. But what had happened was, I went to Funnel Hacking Live, and this first time I ever flew first class. And I forced myself to fly first class mainly because of Steve Harvey. Because Steve Harvey says, you know, here's this talk, you guys should go look it up, that we should all fly first class at least once. Pay whatever you have to pay, get the upgrades, do whatever you have to do, but fly first class once. See how other people live. Because once you go and you experience that, it's a lot harder to go back into the back of the plane, right? So I was listening to that and I was like, you know what? I wanna experience that. So I decided to fly first class, going to Funnel Hacking Live and coming home. Interesting enough, on my way back from Funnel Hacking Live, I met a nice gentleman who was sitting right next to me at the very front of the plane, and his name was Jorge. Jorge was he's a very successful man. I'm pretty sure he's a multimillionaire, teaching people how to run and manage Airbnbs, right, to generate cash flow, which is great, right? So he's basically teaching you how to get into real estate without actually buying real estate, right? So he basically teaches you how to rent places from landlords and then put it on Airbnb, furnish it and put it on Airbnb. Very successful guy, really nice guy, really into self-development, personal development, mindset, all that stuff, right? Reads every day, really inspirational guy. So I was sitting next to him and I noticed he came from Funnel Hacking Live because he had like a bag or something. And I was like, hey, I was just there, you know? So we got to talking. And when you're sitting next to someone successful, you want to do whatever you can to just shut your mouth and absorb as much energy as much information as you can. Well, for whatever reason, I intrigued this gentleman, and he was asking me things about credit. And he was telling me, hey, can you tell me some stuff about credit that I could use for my business? Or tell me something I wouldn't normally know about credit. So I kind of did my little spiel and I told him what he could do, this and that. And we ended up exchanging contacts and we kept in touch. He asked me to come and speak to his Airbnb group at a mastermind in person. And he paid for my hotel, my flight. You know, I was basically a paid speaker. I didn't get paid, but he paid for my travel and my hotel, which was honestly was great enough as well. And side note, I got upgraded to a suite because I had status with that hotel. So that was just kind of a little credit thing for you. But anyways, I went to the Airbnb group mastermind. I spoke to them and I shared an hour-long presentation of how they can leverage credit for their Airbnb business, right? Leveraging 0% interest credit cards, how to furnish it, why it matters, how it doesn't report to your personal credit, all that good stuff, right? And it went really well. Obviously, I was really nervous and I spent weeks and weeks and weeks preparing for this talk and giving this presentation in person. And the funny thing is, this Airbnb mastermind, when they flew me out to go talk to the group, was February 20th, 2022. And let I remind you, I crashed my car February 20th, 2021 at around 6 o'clock p.m. I spoke to the Airbnb group February 20th, 2022 between 6 and 6:30. Literally 1 year to the exact same day and around the exact same time that I flipped my car upside down. But it was a real eye-opener for me that anything is possible, anything can change within a year of your life. Because within that 1 year, I went from almost dying to being essentially a paid speaker. Not really paid, but they paid for my travel. So that was great for me. And I want to be a paid speaker one day. But the biggest takeaway was, don't drink, fly first class, provide as much value as you possibly can to people around you, because you never know when it comes back to you. If this does provide any type of value in any way, do me a favor, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button as well if you guys are interested and this actually helps you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Aloha.